guys, it's Amber. How are ya? Well, welcome to Ooh Aah Crochet. If you are new here, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. There's all kinds of content over here. Crochet, a bunch of goofy stuff. I ramble, which is always great, right? But mostly it's crochet. So, and for those of you that are new, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. Ooh Aah Crochet, again, is named after my grandmother. Ooh ah is what we say when we give a great big giant hug. And for those of you that know me, know that I'm a hugger, and right now with COVID, it is very hard not to hug people, not to shake their hand. It's very hard on me and my system. I think my system, my core system deserves or enjoys hugs. So not everybody does, but I do. But anyway, I named my channel after my grandmother and after my family. That's what we say when we hug. So anyway, I will show you the little bit of crochet I have done, and then I'm going to get into some shout outs. Some shout outs that you probably wouldn't know that I watched unless you talked to me. Personally, you know, like on a daily basis or something. But anyway, while we were outside, I'm going to put in a teeter-totter video, or it might be ahead of this, or it might be in a different video altogether. But Dawn made a teeter-totter, a double teeter-totter for the boys, and it was, he followed Sow the Land and another YouTuber on YouTube on how to make a teeter-totter. So if you have not, this is one of my shout outs, but Jason with Sow the Land, he is a homesteader, and he just does all kinds of stuff. He, him and his wife and a daughter live on a homestead, and they do all their own stuff, and he designs a lot of different things and does the schematics for them and everything. But anyway, we built a teeter-totter, so you guys will get to see the kids on the teeter-totter and the whole outside playground as it stands right now with the giant treehouse. So while we were outside, I made water balloons. I used up all my scraps, and I had them in my handy bucket so I could use my scissors and just grab. And I don't care where the color stops or starts. I just pick up another color and go. So, but yeah, just a little variety. For those of you that don't know what these are Left in Knots made this pattern. She is part of Mikey with Crochet Crowd. She's part of that group. But these are water balloons, so they are made with Bernat blanket yarn, and Bernat blanket yarn soaks up really, really well water, and once you dip them in a bucket full of water and throw them at people, if you look at her video, they splat, like, you'll get soaked. The good thing about these is they're reusable, there's no plastic, and you can wash them if they get dirty. I mean, you just wash them up and use them again. So if they were to get smelly or something, always use that white vinegar. That's just an old remedy. I'm sure a lot of you use that already, but white vinegar on your laundry if it gets smelly, dishcloths, cotton dishcloths, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is all for the crochet right now. I'm going to do shout outs, and I think you'll be interested, or think it's interesting maybe, who I watch other than crochet channels. So the first one is Amy Marion, and I'm reading off my computer because I just have some stuff written down, but Amy Marion is a mother of 10. Her and Greg live in North Carolina? Yeah, North Carolina. And they have 10 kids, so big family. I think mine's big. Nope. They used to live in, I want to say they used to live in Michigan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but yeah, I think it was Michigan. And they moved to North Carolina. But anyway, Amy Marion does a YouTube channel. She's got tons of subscribers. She's a stay-at-home mom. that homeschools her kids and does big freezer meals. So if you're looking for freezer meal ideas, if you're looking for how to help with homeschooling your kids, she's actually written books. And I mean, way back before all this stuff started, she was writing books, digital books you can buy on Amazon. You can also get some of her books free on her blog. So if you guys, I would recommend going to check her out, especially if you have a Christian-based belief, like if that's the way you want to go with your homeschooling, or even the way that's kind of how she's based off of. But even if you don't have those beliefs, you can still watch her and still get plenty of good content. And she's just one of those first people that I saw with the big freezer meals and a limited budget, and I just really enjoy watching her. She has talked about her husband Greg's, hi Greg if you're watching, business. He runs Ridgeline Carvings, and he actually quit his other job to come home and run the shop from their home. So they're both working from home. She's a YouTuber and he's doing the carvings, which is great. So I think they have 8 kids still at home. They're able to be there together and not separated, which is amazing. But he does all kinds of carvings. So if you watched Ella's episode, I think it was episode 109. I will have it linked down below in the comments. You can watch it. It's about 19 minutes in on that video, and you can see the sign that I got for Ella. It's the Roberts family, when 2 hearts come together. I think that's, or when 2 people meet, something like that. Anyway, a saying about love, and April 27, 2019, because that's when they got married. So it was just, you guys know, and hi Ella, that we have a special connection. I really enjoy talking to her. Even though she's 10 years younger than me, I still enjoy talking to her, and we get along very well. We check in probably once a day with each other, so that's kind of fun. Anyway, I saw those signs and I thought of Ella. Her anniversary was coming up, and so was her birthday, and so it was a good time to send it. But if you look on, and I will put Greg's website down below too, check that out. You guys, he mails signs. He does little tablet holders. They're wood tablet holders. So for like if you want to read, or I was thinking even pattern holders, they would be great for. He also does little electrical outlets. And Z, if you're watching, he has skull electrical outlets, which is amazing. He also does Christian signs, like sayings, proverbs, Jobs, those kind of things. What else was there? But yeah, you'll have to check him out. I really enjoyed it. If I had more money at the time, I would have bought some stuff for me. I just didn't get that far yet. So maybe when Dawn and I get married, we will get some signs up that say that kind of stuff. But yeah, so $10 or any order over $10 is free shipping, which you guys know how much shipping costs. That's amazing. So, and I really think that, I know that Ella enjoyed it. I think he did a great job. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But okay, let's see. So the next one I watch is Frugal Fit Mom. Her name is Christine, and unlike me, she's like super uber fit. She and she's frugal, which is great. She does budget-based meals. She's done some extreme budget-based meals. So if you find yourself like now with no money, she gives you recipes on what she would use to make with a limited budget, like $20 for 5 meals or $30 for 5 meals, keto meals and different things like that. She's super energetic. Her and her husband are teachers. They're actually online teachers, and she's got 4 kids. But yeah, so she's really, I like her. And she does explain some things about YouTube, like if you want to learn the ins and outs of YouTube. She did one video on how one of her videos went to 1 million views and how much money she made off of YouTube on it. So that was actually pretty interesting to watch. And yeah. So she's honest about where those funds are going and what she's buying with it and that kind of thing. The next one is Jan Morrell Stewart, and she actually has a very large family too. She does, they just moved, so I can't tell you actually where she lives right now. I don't remember off the top of my head, but she went from being just a mom of lots of kids and homeschooling to a mom who is now a homesteader. So she is growing her own chickens. I think she got some goats and she did different things like that. But there's a couple different homesteaders that I watched that are very interesting. A lot of them are homeschooling parents too. So all kinds of things that you can learn, tips and trades, tricks of the trade that you can learn from these people. And I think, you know, besides crocheting and sewing and knitting and that kind of thing, there's other things out there in our daily lives that we can learn from. So yeah, I really like that. I already mentioned Jason and Lorraine with Sow the Land. I actually watched them from Justin Rhodes. If you guys haven't seen Justin Rhodes, you guys, and you really want to start homesteading or start growing your own food from the land. I know Randy said she was going to start a garden because she wanted to buy vegetables and stuff, or have her own vegetables at home and was having problems getting them. I think there's going to be a shortage of different things across the United States, and mostly I think it'll be because of the labor, not being able to get the labor to get it picked and then processed, and then the coordination to get all the truckers and stuff to get it out to the different grocery stores. So anyway, growing your own food would be super helpful. But Justin and Rebecca, his wife's name is Rebecca, they have 4 kids. They live on a homestead land that was their father's, or his father's. His father actually just passed away, but so there's a lot of history on that land. But he follows Joel Salston's way of using the land and the animals to help the land reproduce, which is, I think, very interesting. And he grows chickens, and he has pigs, and milking cows, and he shows how to do all that. So if you are even a small family that wants to grow some chickens, to have eggs, he has plans on his YouTube channel on how to do that. And even with 3 chickens, you can get enough eggs to feed a small family. So there's some ideas out there, and they will eat your grass for you. So, but I watch Justin. I probably watch Justin and Amy's videos almost every day. I can tell you that for a fact. I just really enjoy their kind-heartedness, and Justin and Rebecca are just, you see that family environment, and yeah, I mean, and they didn't even know, a lot of these people didn't even know what YouTube was, because how their family was, they didn't watch a lot of TV, and then they figured it out. And a lot of them had health issues, like Jason and Justin had health issues, and that's how they decided to grow their own food. So all these people have backstories, which is really interesting to me. The last one I'm going to tell you about as far as homesteading is, I actually came across Rory Feek, which is Joey and Rory. If you guys have ever heard of them, they were country singers. Joey passed away, and Rory is raising his daughter in Indiana, which has Down syndrome, so she has special needs. But if you subscribe to his channel or go check it out, he has a series that is called This Life I Live, and I guarantee you that you will need a box of tissues. I get hold on. I get a little worked up every time I even think about watching it, but you would definitely need some tissues, because he just explains how he was married to his beautiful wife, and his wife passed away, and now he's raising this little girl, and how everybody in their community has helped each other, even now with COVID, how their community has bound together. It's amazing content, and it's worth the watch. Like, you really, I'm highly recommending it, that you should watch it. So I will have all these links down below. I've got them all typed out and ready to go. But yeah, so that's one that, if you want to hear a good heartstring story and watch his, that's the content I would recommend watching. Now recently, because Donnie has been home and taking over my TV time, like, right? So he's home, so during the day I don't get any TV time because we're watching TV together. So there's not much YouTube watching. However, I did come across, somehow I came across this guy named Thrift Trader, and his name is actually Jason too. But Thrift Trader buys auctions, or storage units, and then he takes all that stuff and sells it on YouTube or eBay, different places like that. But he does YouTube videos on it and how he buys different units. He's also been doing live auctions on YouTube, which is great. It's awesome, I think. And because of COVID, I guess, because of this thing that we're going through right now, I mean, it's a great outlet for them to be able to do that, to get rid of some of their stuff, to keep some money coming into their families. So, more power to him. I do have some stuff here that I did participate in a live auction with Thrift Trader, or Jason, and I got some sewing things. So I really want to show you guys that, and we'll see how long this video goes, if that'll be separate or if that'll be together. But, so yeah, you'll have to check him out. Thrift Trader, and his wife is Jess, I believe, but she goes by Hot Sauce. I mean, come on. How do you not like a name like that for a name? So, but yeah, so they have, he has all kinds of stuff, like records and crafts and sewing items and yarn and different things. Tina, if you're watching, hi! When I was on his site and we were asking about different items that, you know, might be for sale, Tina's like, hey, I crochet too. And then she recommended me watching a few other ones that were actually having live auctions on Saturday night. So basically we've had 2 or 3 date nights watching YouTube, watching live auctions. Donnie and I have, and it's been fun. And we kind of go back and forth on what we should get or what we shouldn't get, or what we like and what's taking too long, that kind of a thing. But yeah, so then she put me on to the 9-pound hammer. Now, like I said, the links will be down below, but the 9-pound hammer is all one thing, and the 9 is an actual number 9. But Deldon, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if you're watching. He has a shop. He's actually living in Texas right now. He had moved from Illinois, I think, but his shops, of course, are shut down. He had a storefront, but he's an actual auctioneer, and he's been doing live auctions Thursday through Sunday, and he'll have things like coins and fossils and knives and crafts and different things like that too. So another person that buys storage units, another YouTuber. He's a YouTuber that does storage units. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, that's another one too. Somebody else in the chat room that I was watching on Jason's Thrift Channel's channel was, I don't know if I can pronounce this. She's very Italian. You can tell when you listen to her that she's Italian. Donatella Botanilo. It'll be down below. I can't pronounce it. My tongue don't roll that way. But when I went to watch her, she had Desert Hunters, and that's another one. Desert Hunters is another one that does live auctions too. I don't know much about her. I was just watching Thrift Trader, and they were together one night. But anyway, they recommended this lady too, and she was on doing a live auction, with two other ladies. So it's kind of a big community group. I think they live kind of close together, maybe. But anyway, the live auction community is out there. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, it's out there. And she had some really cool stuff. This lady did personally, and the two other ladies did also, but I think her mom just passed away, and so she's getting rid of a lot of that stuff. But she had like Corel, and she had great big giant Disney stuffed animals, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, and a whole jar of jewelry that had not been curated, so it hadn't been looked at, like to see if there was anything good in there. So all kinds of things that you can buy if you're interested in saving from the landfill. Jane Wynn had just posted on her Facebook page about how when everybody's done with this and we are able to donate to Goodwill and other places again, how packed or how much stuff that they're going to get in donated items after we've all been sitting at home cleaning, organizing. So I responded to her. I said, how much fun is it going to be to go to a place like Savers or Goodwill after this is all over with and they get a new stock of all kinds of old, antique-ish, vintage items in. That's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. And if you watched me before, you know that I like the Dollar Tree, I like Joann's, and I like Savers, and those are the stores I frequent the most. And for Savers to be shut down, I'm like, I want my Savers. So anyway, so that is my shout outs. I will, let's see, we're at 22 minutes, so I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to start a new one. And I'm going to show you what I got from Thrift Trader's auction. Alright, so this is the video on my what I got in an auction off of Thrift Trader's. It was a sewing auction is what they called it, so just a bunch of different things, kind of sewing related. So I paid $85, and that included the shipping. And you guys will have to tell me what you think, if I got a good deal or not a good deal, but you can put that down below. If you are seriously gotta have it, can't live without it on an item, let me know, because I may or may not sell some things, okay? But only if you're seriously, like, interested. So the first item, you can see these. These are liners for gloves and mittens. They are a size junior, which I actually took it out of the package. They were still in the packaging. This insert was still actually in the glove. There is a little bit of a discoloration there, but I think that's just because the package was open, and who knows. But these are a size junior, but this gives me ideas for craft fairs. Like, hello, why not do that? Put that in your gloves and you can make your own little cardboard cutouts. Have them all stick up in a row. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so apparently these are liners. So like on your regular gloves, you would put these as a liner. So I wonder if you could crochet an outside and then attach it somehow. I don't know. They were a size juniors. They were made in China. It doesn't tell me a year, but I'm going to guess that they are old. I had never heard of them before, if that tells you anything. There was a quilter's ruler in there. So it's a see-through one that you can see the lines, which I don't have one, which is great. I can use that. A zipper. Some satin ribbon. There was earring posts. I'm going to go through this kind of fast, except for some interesting items that I think are pretty cool. Some metallic thread. So there's a really pretty blue one. So these were the little bit of thread that was in there. Can't remember. I thought I saw a year on this, but I want to say this is old mounting tape. I'm not sure if it would really work anymore, but we'll try it. Maybe some on some kids' artwork or something. There was a little pin cushion in there. That's super cute. And there's like no, I mean, it's pretty clean. There's nothing wrong with that one at all. So it's pretty cute. My mom, I'm sure all of you guys did, or maybe your grandmothers or mothers did, have the tomato with the strawberry attached to it for a pin cushion. I'm pretty sure my mom still has those. There was 2 little scissors in there. Just this one's just a little snipper one. This one I thought was pretty cool. It like a little, I suppose, to snip the ends off, like when you're sewing maybe. So there's that. There was a couple different bobbins for a sewing machine. Some double face sewing craft tape. For quick basting. Eliminates pinning. For temporary repairs of hems and seams. Do not stick through tape. Remove before laundering and dry cleaning. There you go. That's what I was wondering. Like, do you leave it on there? There was some interesting items in there that this made me laugh, you guys, because all these buttons that we're sewing on right now for the little bands for the nurses, if you can read this, and I did get a new, I got a tripod, which I'll probably put a picture in before this video starts. I got a tripod and it comes with a light and a microphone, so hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good and I'm not too loud. But this is called the Shank Buttons Pinettes, and basically it's a clothespin. Clothespin? Yes. But it has a little bump on it. Can you see that? Little bump on it. So you basically pin it through your shirt, but in that bump is where you would put a button that has the hole on the back, like just a single hole on the back, but the flat button on the front. So you can see right here. It's your lazy MacGyver way to put on a button. So that made me laugh. And that is, they say online when I looked it up, they go from anywhere between $5 to $20 on eBay. And this is like a brand new one, like it's never even been taken out. So that's a pretty cool find. This thing I was really kind of excited about because you guys know that I plarn, and you know that I got, or some of you know that I got all that t-shirt yarn when Dollar Tree was selling t-shirt yarn. You could buy 36 rolls for 36 bucks. But these are to hold braids, like hold your fabric while you're braiding. So I thought I could use those for maybe even plarning when I do it. That's what the back looks like. So it looks pretty interesting to me. It's worth a try anyway. Does not have a year on it, but I'm gonna guess it's pretty old. So, and then there was a quilter's disc. Works on curved as well as straight edges. Have you guys ever used this? I mean, it shows you drawing around the stuff, but I'm not sure what you're drawing, like if you're drawing around the fabric or something else, or making your own designs maybe? Adding the seam allowance? Maybe that's what it is. I'm learning new stuff. There's a thimble in there. Oh, thimbles came with sizes. I never knew that. Size 8. Interesting. There was some glass head pins. Like, this is brand new. Never even opened. From Hobby Lobby. No date. This is another Dritz. So it's a stamping for snaps. All the snaps that I have are sew on. I have tons and tons and tons of sew on snaps. And the holes for those snaps are so tiny, you have to have like a super, super tiny needle. But there was some little mirrored things. I'm not really sure what you would do with these other than maybe some cards, maybe scrapbooking or something. I believe the mirrors, I haven't opened them, but the hearts looked a little tarnished, so that could just be age. Stitch Witchery. Cut stitch witchery to a desired length and place between 2 layers of fabric to fuse so it is completely covered. To be fused so it's completely covered. May be pieced by overlapping slightly. That's cool. I got all kinds of new things I can try, you guys. So, some shoelaces. Those might go into masks. Who knows? I've been using shoelaces in masks. Like I told you guys, if you watched the one Dollar Tree video, as I bought shoelaces from Dollar Tree, and they work just as good as elastic or cording or anything, especially with the mask that I'm making. That way you can tie them. But this one's metallic. This one's green. My favorite color. So, I got a whole bunch of needles. So there's tapestry needles, there's embroidery needles, and there's fancy, fancy gold plated needles. Gold plated, like 24 karat gold plated. Fancy. It's way beyond my pay grade. But these are all in there. Some of them have some missing, of course, but those are some tiny, tiny needles. These are nickel plated, of course. Oh, those are bigger. We could use those for the yarn and stuff. I probably should hide those from the kids and then keep them in a place where I'll remember to find them. I gotta remember where I put them first. You guys, I thought this was super sweet. So, this actually has needlework done on it. It says needles, if you can read that. And it's in a little book. So I was thinking of Marsha when I saw this, because she makes all kinds of different things to sell for craft fairs. But it says needles on it, and then it's embroidered on the front. It's got felt in between. There's cardboard underneath this fabric. It's got a little bit of padding to it. But felt in the middle, so you can attach your needles. How cute is that? I mean, that, and the time it took to make those flowers and things, put it all together. I don't know, that's a pretty cool craft idea. What do you guys think? Would you buy something like that if you saw it at a craft fair right now? So, it's cute. Some really huge craft needles. And then, let's see, I'll show you these. These are what caught my eye when I was looking, because I knew I didn't have a lot of sewing needles, the actual needles for the sewing machine. So these, when I looked them up online, were about $5 a piece. At Joann's, of course, or Michael's, of course you could use a coupon. And there's some of them are missing, of course, because you break needles, right? Ella can attest to that. But those, so these were all in that lot. That's a lot of sewing needles. So if you figure I've got a good $10 to $20 worth of just sewing needles here, maybe even more. I guess I didn't price them out completely, but that's how much they go for online. Originally they were only $2.30, so I'm sure prices have just gone up. Sorry, I had a message. Another thing I got, let's see, this was included in there. It's just an embroidery hoop. You could make some cross stitch and then use this and then hang it up. So that's pretty tight. But yeah, decorations. Some black Velcro. Appears to be brand new. So Johnny was laughing at me because he's like, well, I got black Velcro at work. I'm like, well, I'm not yet at work. I don't know what you have there. But it does have the self-sticky on the back. So I have white Velcro, but I don't have black. So that's pretty cool. Add to my stash. And then there was a few crochet hooks in there. This is a boy 9, which is obviously super uber tiny. And then the elusive number 3. Now this says it was made in the United States, which is very interesting to me because the United States doesn't do a size 3, but it is bigger than this one, so maybe it is a size 3. But I did look it up. A deluxe, it's a 3 deluxe made in the United States. So it's definitely a metal hook. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because you can't buy size 3s in the United States. Well, you can now, but you didn't used to be able to. So, oh, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so where were we at? Oh, the next item I found was this. So this is a Wonder Knitter by Clover. You can still buy them online, and I did find a link from Amazon. I think they're $8.95, so pretty cool. I can actually pretend to knit. Ha! I can loom knit, but I don't know how to knit, and yeah. But anyway, so that was in there. Obviously brand new, it's never been opened. And it does have a, I thought I found a copyright date of 2005 on it, but maybe that was the iron. So I got this too, which I thought was pretty cute. I have an iron, but it's, you know, your Walmart $10 iron, $20 iron. It's Great Big Giant, but I thought this was really cute for those small things, like the masks, to be ironing just little corners and different things like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Brand new in the box, never been opened. The last item that was in there it's called a dressmaker's ham. It's got the original packaging. It I thought I found a date, but maybe not. I always like to know when things were made, but it's got the original packaging. Obviously it's got some wear to it. But this thing looks, sorry, I have my mic plugged into there's an actual mic on this thing, so hopefully that works and it's good, but this is just amazing. It's not even dirty, there's no marks on it, no stains. It's pretty hefty. But what this is for is to, when you're ironing something, to have the curves, to have the shapings, to get those certain, it says for busts, hips, darts, and other curved areas. So, it's pretty cool. I like it. So, that'll add to my sewing machine stuff that I have. That is all. I do have another lot coming from Jason. Coming from Thrift Trader's channel. It had some bags in them. There was like a bags to hold beads, I think, and maybe some paint, but of course I will repurpose that to use it for other things. And as soon as I get that box, I will show you. Like I said, if you're still watching, hi. we went and watched the 9-Pound Hammer, and he actually had records. And Donnie and I love old country. We love records, actually. We don't have a lot of them, but I have a record player from my grandmother, and Donnie has one from his dad, and his is sitting in our living room that actually has yarn on top of it right now. Oops. But anyway, we bought some records, some country records, so I will show you those too when we get them. And then we bought some semi-trucks. There was a set of 4 semi-trucks. So all of that was only, I think the records we bought for $20 a piece, and the semi-trucks were $30 maybe. So not that bad. And shipping was included, so you can imagine how heavy those records are going to be. And $20, and that includes shipping. That's a deal. So yeah, it was fun, and we had fun. We had conversations together. We're not just ignoring each other watching TV. So it was a lot of fun. Anyway, with all that, that's probably a 45-minute video, maybe even an hour. So like I said, it may or may not have the teeter-totter stuff with it. It may or may not have the carrot cake video with it. I might do it in 2 separate parts. So anyway, you will see me in the same shirt if I do 2 separate videos. And please hit the like and subscribe button. Share it with your friends. We are at 1,149 right now. So I'd really like to get to 1,500 before my birthday, if we can do that. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some news about doing a gift along, or a gift thing like we did last year for Garfield. I did talk to the principal. Some people have been inquiring if we're going to do that again this year. I think it's a great idea, and I'm excited to get started on that. So anyway, from my family to yours, I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you are able to connect with people. Again, if you need to reach out or talk to somebody, you can always email me, message me on Facebook, or hit me up on YouTube. Love you guys. Take care.